this video I will be showing you guys how to create a sub file within a file. That means that you could actually have several calibrations saved in one file. That way you don't have a bunch of them scattered all over the place. And it's a really simple step to do. As for example, if you have a bunch of files here, a bunch of calibrations, you'll be overwhelmed trying to find the one you want. But you could also just squish all of them into one file itself. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Pretty simple step. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hit create, and what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna move this to ink. What we're gonna call this is D790 SB straight beam, and we're gonna edit this there. We don't need none of that. Prefix. This is what you will be numbering your files. We're gonna call this 01. I'm gonna hit next. Let's start. We're gonna say this is A1. You can number them or name them however you like. That's just how I'm doing it. We're gonna hit create and open, so we are on the file when we save it. If not, it just creates a file, but you will not be on the file itself. As you can see, we're actually on the file right now. D790 SB cal. Right now there should be nothing in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this calibration that we have. As you can see, we're actually good. So 3, 4, and 5. So we'll be saving this on that file. Take a note of that. It says 01A1. So we're gonna go to freeze, second function, auto 80. You don't have to auto 80, I just like to do that. Now we're gonna hit second function and save. As you can see, operation was successful. We are now located at 0182. So it's very important that you note that, because that means that whatever we save will be saved on that A2 file. And what we're gonna do, just to make sure that this is working, we're gonna turn our second gate on. We're gonna pretty much turn on our echo to echo. I'm gonna move it to edge to edge, edge to edge. That should be good. Now we're gonna go to R2. We're gonna move our second gate to the second peak that we have there. That way it's actually reading R200, which is pretty close. I'm not too worried about it not being 100%, but there you go. That's about 2. That should be 3. Second function, auto 80. This will be our second, our echo to echo, and this is our straight beam. You can see we're pretty close to being perfect, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna hit freeze. Just gonna auto 80 it. The way we save that in our file is real simple. You hit second function, save. As of right now, we are saved there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one last thing, just to show you guys that our files were properly saved. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit open. So we're gonna recall the calibration that we saved, and we're gonna select the file that we created at the D790 straight beam cal. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit content. And on content, we will see that our calibration is saved here on the A2, 01A2. And if we scroll back, we will be able to see that our first file was saved here, our straight beam edge calibration. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit recall, and we're actually on the save calibration. We're gonna hit any button and we should be back to where we had it originally. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to open, and we're gonna hit, this is the file that we created. We're gonna go to content, and we're gonna go to our second file just to see if it's saved. We're gonna hit recall, and this is the one where we had the 2 gates on edge, and there we are. You can see everything's back into place. Got edge to edge. So I am gonna save another calibration on the third file, and all I'm gonna do is change the edges of our peaks right here to peak, and I'm gonna go here, and that changes both of them, peak to peak. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna see how that affected our calibration. We should be off by a bit, so we're gonna fix our gates right into place. Now we're reading the highest peak, so gotta make sure that our gates are in place. So as you can see, now we're reading the highest peaks. So our calibration is a little off, especially right there where our thickness is, but we could just calibrate that really quick. I'm gonna go there, move my 0, and all I'm gonna do is just align it to where it should be, which is right about there. I'm gonna go to gate, I'll move my second gate kind of closer to where it's right in the center. So as you can see, we're reading the highest peaks. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the 5 just to make sure that I'm good. So I'm gonna go to gate 1, start, and we're gonna move this, and as you can see, pretty close to being calibrated. This will fluctuate, but reason being is that this is a dual element, so it'll give me different settings, but pretty much it's pretty good. So as you can see, we're about right, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this calibration, same process. We're gonna hit freeze, second function, auto 80, and then I'm gonna save it doing the same method. So now we saved it on the third. So now we have a fourth one. If you have more calibrations that you want to save using this the dual element D790, you can do so and continue. But for my purpose this video, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna see if my files are there. That's the one that I saved. As you can see, it's on peaks. They're reading the peaks, peak to peak right there. My second file was on the edges, edge to edge, and the first one was just a straight beam, and it was on edge. So that pretty much wraps that up, you guys. I hope you guys found this very useful and you learned something, and if you did, please smash that like button and please subscribe. Thank you guys.